If you study Isaiah, which I will not enter this morning, the Bible calls it the spirit of Egypt. That spirit is a spirit that stops you from fulfilling destiny. So when you find people who are suffering from limitations, oppressions, who cannot rise into their destiny, they are under the oppression of the spirit of Egypt. And so when God wanted to deliver Israel, in Exodus chapter 12 verse 12, the Bible said, God said, tonight I will pass through Egypt and I will judge the gods of Egypt. That means Pharaoh was not the ruler of Egypt. The ruler of Egypt is one of these guys that Paul spoke about in Ephesians chapter 6. Until you judge that ruler, Israel cannot be free. That means Egypt is not a location in North Africa. Egypt is actually a location regulated by a spirit called Egypt. And until God was able to judge that spirit, nothing could happen. And then you come to another city called Babylon. And in Daniel chapter 10 from verse 20, when Daniel was praying, Daniel entered into a surprise revelation. And what did Daniel discover? Daniel discovered that the ruler of Babylon was not the king. He thought the king was the ruler. He was praying to God so that the heart of the king will be touched and they will be set free. When he started praying, he was now shocked that there was a prince called the Prince of Persia. It was the Prince of Persia that was dictating everything happening in Babylon. And he was surprised to know that these princes had allocated times and seasons to themselves. So much so that the Bible said, when the Prince of Persia is gone, he said the Prince of Grecia will come. Do you see why Paul said we wrestle against principalities and powers, rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness? Because when one finishes his regime, he steps aside for another to come in. And while they are doing that in the heavenlies, they recruit agents on earth that they use. The agents they use on earth are the agents that helps to bring spiritual administrations of what is happening in the heavens into the earth realm, because they will need to mingle with men. And so when they isolate the people that have ordinations and destinies of rulership over men, they now pervert their soul and use them to become the guardians that will translate their purposes into the human ecosystem. And so in Egypt,